Manhood is not about shouting in the face of a woman, child, or the poor. Manhood is about respecting these four. People may see the wound on your head, but they do not feel the pain you endure. A wise man was asked, "What is wisdom?" He said, "It is the ability to distinguish between what you know and what you do not know. If you are sincere, let your sincerity reach the level of loyalty. If you are honest, let your honesty reach the level of acknowledgement. A fierce tiger in front of you is better than a treacherous wolf behind you. The wise man's tongue is behind his heart, while the fool's heart is behind his tongue. Contentment is a sign of honesty, and honesty is a sign of gratitude, and gratitude is a sign of increase, and increase is a sign of the continuation of blessings, and life is a sign of all goodness. Learn from the flower its cheerfulness, from the dove its gentleness, from the bee its orderliness, from the ant its diligence, and from the rooster its early rising. Make yourself a balance between yourself and others. If life insults you, confront it with the sword of will and send it your two witnesses, work and patience. Be just before you are generous. Whoever increases in love for himself increases in the hatred of others. Those who mock wounds are those who do not know pain. The wisest of men is the one who thinks he is less wise. The tongue is not a bone, but it can break bones. People do not reach the garden of success without passing through stations of exhaustion, failure, and despair, and a strong-willed person does not linger long at these stations. The right hand of wealth is skill, and its left hand is saving. A person should eat to live, not live to eat. If you want to live happily for a short time, seek revenge. If you want lasting happiness, forgive others. Insult does not come from those who wrong you, but from your judgment that makes you believe you are being insulted. The arrogant and the stingy, no matter their qualities, do not deserve attention. Tears are pearls, and we only show the fake ones. One of the wonders of humans is that they flee from hearing advice and listen eagerly to hear scandals. The simple possess very rare souls. They appear humble but are rich and refined in content, enjoying peace of mind because they possess the treasure of contentment. Life is a work of art. Its colors are your words, its shapes are your actions, and you are the painter, so excel in creating your painting, for the brush is still in your hand. Conscience is a quiet voice that tells you someone is watching you. The fault lies not in falling, but in not being able to rise. It is better for a person to regret what he has done than to lament what he has not done. It is not difficult to sacrifice for a friend, but it is hard to find a friend worth sacrificing for. The key to failure is trying to please everyone you know. The people who hurt us the most are those to whom we have given our full trust, as they can use our secrets against us when we disagree. The fruitful tree is the one that people attack. Failures say that success is merely a matter of luck. Those who have the courage to face failure are the ones who overcome difficulties and succeed. Titles do not earn glory. It is people who earn titles glory. Diplomacy is the ability to describe others as they see themselves. A stab from an enemy wounds the body, while a stab from a friend wounds the heart. Jealousy is the meeting of the voice of emotion with the voice of the storm. There are people who swim against the current of the ship, and there are those who waste their time waiting for it. The truth is the only thing that people do not believe. Do not spit in the well, for you may drink from it one day. Life is full of stones, so do not stumble over them. Instead, gather them and build a staircase to rise toward success. Friendship is like an umbrella. The heavier the rain, the more you need it. Everything, when it becomes abundant, loses its value, except for manners, which gain value when they are abundant. The truest sadness is a smile in tearful eyes. A smile costs nothing, but it means a lot. All the discoveries and inventions we witness today were judged before they were discovered or invented as impossible. Failures are divided into two categories: those who think without acting, and those who act without thinking. Your work as your hobby, and your treasure as your contentment. Happiness is a perfume you cannot spray on others without getting some drops on yourself. If you want to be happy with people, treat them as you would like to be treated. Many people believe that all joy is fleeting but think that all sadness is permanent. They believe in the death of joy and disbelieve in the death of sadness. The first thing you take from this world is a gasp of air, and the last thing you leave is a sigh of air. This is justice, to return what you have taken. If you cannot live with optimism, do not force those around you to live with your frustrations. Do not imagine people as angels, for your dreams will collapse, and do not make your trust in people blind, as you will one day cry over your naivety. Intelligence has its limits, but stupidity knows no bounds. Do not cheer for the processions of the great. The truly great are those who govern themselves, not those who rule others. Do not celebrate those who earn more, for what value is there in one who gains the gold of the earth yet loses their soul? Even bad words can be expressed well, and good words can be expressed poorly. Therefore, before thinking about what you will say, consider how you will say it, or refrain from speaking, to gain the gold of silence. The more a person delves within themselves, the more they mature, and when they reach the center of their existence, they become completely mature. However, at that moment, the person will disappear, and only their existence will remain. The value of everything is determined by the need for it. A handful of sand on the shore is worth more to a drowning person than all the gold in the world. The rule of the majority is only valid if there is respect for individual rights. It is unreasonable to gather 5 wolves and a sheep and then take a majority vote on who will be dinner. Sound judgment is the result of experience, and experience arises from incorrect judgment. Wealth comes in 3 forms. Money, which can multiply from generation to generation if you know how to manage it. Relationships that protect you from the treachery of time and the whims of fate, and a reputation that can turn dirt into gold. The most valuable right for a civilized person is the right to solitude. People are like metals. They rust with boredom, expand with hope, and shrink with pain. Trust in God is the purest hope, and reliance on Him is the most faithful action. A person without hope is like a plant without water, and without a smile, like a flower without fragrance. Without faith in God, one is a beast in an unforgiving herd. If it weren't for hope for tomorrow, the oppressed would not have survived to today. There are people who embody hope itself. Everything may turn against you, but God remains with you. Be with God, and everything will be with you. Why fear, when the sun does not cast darkness on one side without illuminating another? If you lose your money, you have lost something valuable. If you lose your honor, you have lost something priceless. If you lose hope, you have lost everything. A strong mind is always hopeful and always has something to inspire hope. If you look at existence with an optimistic eye, you will see beauty pervasive in every particle. The believer is like a green leaf. It does not fall no matter how fierce the storms. What happens to you is not as important as how you will respond to what happens to you. It is always better to look forward rather than backward. You may endure pain for hours, but do not settle for despair for a moment. Do not despair, for often the last key in the bunch is the one that opens the door. True manhood is not to shout at a woman, a child, a poor person, or a beggar. True manhood is to respect these 4. People may see the wound on your head, but they do not feel the pain you endure. Whoever wrongs their youth will suffer in old age. A wise man was asked, "What is wisdom?" He said, "To distinguish between what you know and what you do not know. If you are sincere, let your sincerity be to the point of loyalty. If you are frank, let your frankness be to the point of acknowledgement. A fierce tiger in front of you is better than a treacherous wolf behind you. The wise person's tongue is behind their heart, while the fool's heart is behind their tongue. Contentment is a sign of honesty. Honesty is a sign of gratitude. Gratitude is a sign of increase. Increase is a sign of the permanence of blessings, and life is a sign of all good. Learn from the flower to be cheerful, from the dove to be gentle, from the bee to be orderly, from the ant to work hard, and from the rooster to rise early. Make yourself a scale in your dealings with others. If life insults you, confront it with the sword of willpower, and send it your 2 witnesses, work and patience. Whoever increases their love for themselves increases others' dislike for them. Those who do not know pain mock wounds. Wisdom allows you to stop a word before it reaches the tip of your tongue. When you draw a yellow smile on your face, when you flatter someone with words and think it's loyalty, when you stab them in the back while in front of them, you are the most loyal friend. Then know that you have gained a person and lost yourself. Some hurt us with their silence, while others' words can be deadly. Try, learn, experiment, to do something special in your life and learn how to apply it in reality. Try, and you will find that the process is easier than you expect. Being a man is not about shouting at a woman, a child, a poor person, or a beggar. True manhood is to respect these 4. God, who tilted the flower towards the flower until it becomes fruit, who cared for the dove until the egg is laid, and who brought the mountain close to the mountain until the valley is born, is the one who bound hearts with love so that children may come. Without love, the branch would not entwine with another in the distant forest, nor would the mountain lean against another in the secluded valley, nor would the spring feed the stream flowing towards the sea. Without love, the clouds would not weep for the drought of the earth, Nor would the earth laugh with the flowers of spring, nor would life exist. When you cry, you don't need someone to help you stop crying. All you need is someone to bury your head in their embrace and cry like a child. Someone who doesn't need to speak amidst the sobs, but only possesses warmth and tenderness. Loyalty is not just a pillar of love, but a pillar of everything. I can't imagine love without loyalty. Be sure that life with God is the most beautiful life, and whoever is distant is in misery, and whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed, he will have a depressed life. Each of us carries a burden in our heart, some sadness, and perhaps even some wounds. But despite that worry, sorrow, or wound, there is still room to embrace the worries, sorrows, and wounds of others, and to hug their hearts. Our differences do not lie in our happiness or misery, but in our perspectives. Some souls rise above their misery, surpass it, and see wisdom and lessons in it. Those are enlightened souls that see justice and beauty in everything and love the Creator in all His actions. While others chew their misery, regurgitate it, and turn it into black hatred and consuming envy. These are the dark souls that disbelieve their Creator and rebel against His actions. Life is a work of art. Its colors are your words. Its shapes are your actions, and you are the artist. So be creative in painting your masterpiece, for the brush is still in your hand. The one thing that neither I nor you nor all of humanity can comprehend is eternity, whether in paradise or hell. Because we are used to the fact that everything has an end in this world. Sadness has an end, happiness has an end, the path has an end, and life itself has an end. But in the hereafter, it is forever, eternity. We realize then that the lessons of life differ from the lessons we are accustomed to in schools and universities. In life we experience first, whether it is happy or painful, we live it and are affected by it, and then we learn and often we change. Therefore, do not be sad no matter what happens to you and smile, for the experience that does not kill you indeed makes you stronger and better. Live your life with full confidence, for God knows what you do not know, and He plans for you in the best way He sees fit. The simple possess very rare souls. You find them with a humble appearance, but with a rich and noble essence, enjoying peace of mind, because they possess the treasure of contentment. Damn those who tortured, betrayed, and belittle the feelings of a human. As if they do not know that in this universe, as you treat others, you will be treated. Good companionship is that which allows you to live two lives. One of humanity's disasters is that they may erase all your beautiful history for one moment they did not like. It is a wonder of man that he flees from hearing, advice, and listens to scandal. Reading creates a complete person, consulting creates a prepared person, and writing creates a precise person. Whoever wants success in this world must overcome the 6 foundations and keys of poverty: sleep, illegal money, fear, anger, reliance on others, and procrastination. All paths are monitored by speed control devices except for the path to God, for it is written upon it, and race towards forgiveness from your Lord. So hurry in it as you wish, for its end is paradise, God willing.